Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Pat Cavlin cutting in here on digital because we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for extreme eastern Matagorda County, all of Brazoria County, and then extreme western Galveston County. You can see this is a live look just after 9:30 now of Surfside, Texas. This is from our partners at Saltwater Recon. You can see some pretty rough seas out there. Let's get you to radar. We'll show you what's going on. It's this storm right here coming off the Gulf of Mexico, moving to the north at about 40 miles per hour. I'm going to highlight the most significant part of it, which is not this rain here. It's where the lightning is, right over Brazosport. So as we take the put the track on this, again, moving to the north at 40 miles per hour. We'll get that in just a second. Hold on. There we go. And we'll pull to the north here, moving about 40 miles per hour to the north. So expect this in Galveston, or at least to clip Galveston within the next half an hour. League City by 10:12, Pasadena by 10:28 if it holds together, and then eventually into downtown just after 10:30. So again, a feisty storm here. The main threats that the National Weather Service was talking about with this storm is the potential for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Again, very fast-moving cell lifting to the north at about 40 miles per hour, and also the potential for some small hail. So let's go into our hail detector, see if we could find any on the radar map. We'll wait for it to populate. Anywhere you see areas of gray or blue would indicate the potential for some of that hail. You could see the legend up there, and we don't really have anything showing up right now. So the potential is there to see penny-sized hail, which is really sub-severe. But the main threats with this cell, again, just offshore, is going to be the potential to see maybe some gusty winds. So there's the radar. We'll actually turn the lightning off so you can get an idea of exactly where it's coming down the heaviest. And there it is, the severe thunderstorm warning. 147,000 people included in this warning, and it goes until 10 o'clock this morning. Again, it's that area of darker red. That's the most intense part of the storm right now coming into the Brazosport area. So we'll zoom in. We'll give you a closer look at exactly what's going on with this. And it's really here just to the south and west of Bay Harbor. So the worst of it over the Freeport area to Brazosport, again, lifting to the north at about 40 miles per hour, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts will be the primary concern with this cell coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. So we'll switch on back to lightning. You can see it's a very electric storm here. A lot of lightning strikes in just the last 10 minutes. As we kind of widen the shot just a little bit, give you a better idea of what's going on. We had a pretty quiet morning, but things are starting to turn more active now down to the Gulf. Notice all of the lightning here on the bottom of the screen. So it's not just going to be a one-and-done storm. In fact, this entire line here is lifting to the north, and as we actually time it out using the same speed as that storm that the warning is for, which again was 40 miles per hour, we'll see when all of these cells are expected to move onshore. So we'll pull this out about an hour or so. So again, Galveston just after the top of the hour around 10:02, Pearland around 10:11, League City 10:15. That's when you could expect to see some heavier downpours. Seabrook around 10:26, and it starts to get into the loop around 10:30. So we'll start to see rain probably a little bit before that, because what I've got highlighted here is the heaviest part of that line. So where you start to see that yellow and orange coloring with all the lightning, that's the most impactful part. So that's when all of that should start to reach all of these spots. So again, if you're just tuning in to us here on digital, that yellow box there, severe thunderstorm warning, that is the reason why we're doing this. And the primary threats that we could see with this are 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, maybe some small hail, and just a lot of lightning here. Big lightning producer coming in off the Gulf. Do we have that camera that we could show you another live look down towards Surfside? Yeah, nice shot there, and you can see the winds are howling, a lot of lightning, so a pretty active storm here. Look at the flags here on the right-hand side of the screen, how much those are whipping. So if you have any loose outdoor furniture, maybe kind of secure that quickly if the storm hasn't reached you yet. So if you live a little farther inland, maybe up towards Lake Jackson, Angleton, but I think it's really this area in here to the north of Redfish Cove that we're seeing the most intense winds from the coast extending all the way up towards the Liverpool area. So if you live in the Liverpool area, if you live in Bonnie, if you live in Alvin, I know you're kind of out of the warning here, but this is moving in your direction. Maybe secure any loose furniture that might be outside, because it can either blow away or at least get knocked over with those intense winds starting to come in. So that's pretty much the focus of the storm right there, that darker red. That's where we're seeing probably the strongest winds. In fact, let's switch over to our velocity mode, and you can get an idea of what the winds look like in here. There you go. That's exactly what the National Weather Service was looking at, and that's exactly what they're warning for us here. 59-mile-per-hour winds. That's severe. So for a severe thunderstorm where you need 58-mile-per-hour winds or stronger, and we've got that. And you could see that in the camera shot. I mean, it was whipping out there at the beach. That's continuing to push inland. Let's see if we can get a loop on this, just to give you an idea of how this is moving, again, from south to north. And it kind of came out of nowhere too, right? You know, for a lot of the morning hours, it was pretty quiet. This is going through the overnight and into the morning. So we'll wait till it gets to the, there it is. So you can see the storm now coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. Watch for the brighter green. That's the storm right there. I'm actually going to step off and actually tighten this time up on here just to the last hour. There we go. So that brighter green, that's what we're keeping our eye on. That's moving on shore. That's going to be, again, pretty impactful for anyone in the way. That's why we do have this severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Brazoria County. So slow it down. It's basically a wall of wind. That's what that brighter green is. So Redfish Cove, as you get down towards coastal spots, Freeport, Mims, this is all lifting to the north here within that yellow box. So it's mainly along the Brazoria and Galveston County line. That's where we're going to see the worst impacts from this storm. So we'll actually pause this again. We'll show you where it's at right now. And again, wherever you get into that brighter green and into those blue shadings, that's where we're talking about winds in excess of 55 to 60, 65 miles per hour. That's the main threat with this. So a damaging wind threat here. This is going to be the primary threat that we deal with for the rest of the day, is just the chance to see some gusty thunderstorms, maybe some small hail. Again, that's not a huge factor with this. And also the potential maybe for a brief weak spin-up tornado, maybe even a water spout as this line of storms lifts northward onshore. Let's give you the wider overview here across the entire viewing area. You can see nothing really catches our eye with those storms that are off to the east. So this is the only severe threat that we see right now. Again, just to the south and west of Galveston, pretty much going to be riding up the Galveston and Brazoria County border. There are some gusty winds out towards the west as you get closer to Matagorda, but the winds definitely start to die down, and we can tell that because we go from that brighter color to more of a muted, darker color. So the brighter the colors, the stronger the winds. So that's the core. That's the strongest part of the storm right there. Again, a couple miles to the west of Galveston, and that's going to be moving north. So we'll put one more track on this, and then we'll wrap things up here. Again, if you live in these areas, this warning goes until 10 o'clock, so another 15 minutes as this storm continues to lift to the north, out of Redfish Cove, out of Brazosport, out of Bryan Beach, Jamaica Beach. You could be seeing some pretty gusty winds here as we go through the next 10 to 15 minutes. And this is all lifting to the north here, again, at about 40 miles per hour, so it is moving pretty quickly. So as we put a track on it here, from southern Brazoria County north, this could be into the Houston area probably by, we'll take it right from where the strongest winds are. And we'll lift that north if this holds together. Expect this in Santa Fe by 10:04, Alvin by 10:09, League City by 10:18, Seabrook by 10:28, and Brookside Village by 10:31. So that's coming into the outer loop there around 10:30. So that's the latest on this storm. We're going to keep watching it for you off the air, behind the scenes. If anything else happens, we'll jump on and give you another update here in just a little bit. Thanks for watching.